The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. I would also like to remind you to give my channel a like and subscribe to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Take a look at this now, shall we? During this week, a verdict in the Ripple XRP litigation could be reached. Yu Chia, a lawyer, has stated that the community is still waiting for a verdict from the court about the subject of remedies and fines in the case of Ripple versus the Securities and Exchange Commission. It was 161 days ago, at the time when the final entries were made in the event that it was finished, particularly due to the fact that Paul XRP attorney Fred Rispoli projected that a ruling would be released at any moment during this week. There is a great deal of anticipation. Ripple is expected to reach a decision by Friday, according to Rispoli's projection. An attorney named Fred Rispoli, who is in favor of XRP, has stated that the deadline for the earliest possible ruling might be the following Friday. The first anniversary of the summary ruling will occur in 2023. And he draws a connection between this and that special day. Rispoli's forecast, on the other hand, is more accurate and predicts that the ultimate decision will be reached by the end of July. This statement is in contrast to the previous statement. Bill Morgan, another attorney who is in favor of XRP, has also voiced his opposition to the motion that Judge Sarah Netburn is currently contemplating. Morgan indicated in his statement that this motion needs to be handled when Judge Analisa Torres makes her ruling about the matter. Morgan's comment was made publicly available. Rispoli, on the other hand, suggested that the two judges could be able to converse with one another and continue with the procedure, without considering it to be a hindrance to their advancement. Even if that motion is still pending, there is no required procedural need that it must be resolved upon before anything else can be done. This is because there is no mandatory requirement. It is possible that Torres will inform Netburn that her discovery eliminates the need to make a decision regarding the issue of extra cost recovery, and both judges will have the opportunity to discuss their perspectives on the matter. A number of challenges are still being encountered in the courtroom regarding the Ripple versus Eki lawsuit. On April 29th, Ripple took action to strike fresh expert documents that were submitted by the SEC. These materials were provided by the declarations and evidence that were submitted by Andrea Fox, the new expert witness, are included in this list of items. Due to the fact that Judge Netburn will be deciding this motion, this may be of substantial importance. In order to prevent Judge Torres from going into further detail regarding the repercussions, Bill Morgan inquired as to whether or not this motion required a ruling. It has been brought to Rispoli's attention that the protocol does not contain any provisions that prescribe how the problem must be repaired initially. In addition to this, he stated that Judge Torres possessed the right to get rid of any order that was related to the expert and discovery issue. Morgan has acknowledged the clarification that Rispoli has supplied, and he has also mentioned that the ruling may proceed without any further delay. The data presented here demonstrates that legality is still existent, even in this particular circumstance. Even in light of this, the XRP community continues to maintain its optimism that the matter will be handled expeditiously. The cryptocurrency XRP is gaining momentum as a result of a big court ruling. According to the most recent estimations that Rispoli has presented, the legal discourse is in agreement with those assessments. The 31st of July was one of the possible dates that he mentioned for the decision to be made. Nevertheless, it is possible that the verdict might be given down as early as the 13th of July. This conclusion was reached as a consequence of the summary ruling that Judge Torres issued in 2023, which also happened to be an anniversary due to the fact that the court decided that Ripple does not meet the criteria to be classified as a security. In this regard, the cryptocurrency achieved a significant victory. There is a consensus among members of the XRP community that this event represents a turning point in the legal proceedings that are surrounding the issue. On the other hand, the fact that Morgan brought up the motion that is still being considered makes the matter much more problematic. In the event that Judge Netburn takes the decision to take Ripple's side in the lawsuit, it will make the decision that Judge Torres makes somewhat less challenging. This does not constitute a bottleneck in the procedure that will prohibit the eventual conclusion from being made in accordance with the wrist-pulley methodology. Because of this, there is no reason to be concerned about the situation. The community surrounding XRP is on the point of making the decision in the near future as a direct result of this incident. There is still a lot of tension in the XRP community, and everyone is keeping a careful eye on what turns out to happen. Members are tagging well-known attorneys who support XRPs, such as Jeremy Hogan, Bill Morgan, John E. Deaton, James Meadow-Lawman, Murphy, and Fred Rispoli. Rispoli's prediction has generated a lot of interest because he asserted that a decision would be made this week. There is a plethora of speculation, and members are tagging these attorneys. Because he is familiar with the processes involved in the legal system, he offers the people a ray of hope that they may make use of. As an additional point of interest, Morgan's contributions to the particulars of the procedures guarantee that the community will not be subjected to any potential delays that could last for a large amount of time. A decision regarding the measures and penalties that will be executed has been anticipated by the people, and they have been waiting for it. Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole will be significantly impacted by the ensuing events that will take place as a result of this. With regard to the conclusion of the legal battle, they continue to concentrate the majority of their attention on each and every one of the parties that are interested in the litigation. According to the statements made by the XRP community, it is anticipated that the decision regarding the lawsuit filed by Ripple Vevelbees against the SEC will be made this week. According to Fred Rispoli, the ruling might be made public as soon as Friday, but it could be made public no later than the end of July at the very least, even if the motion is a very strong one. There is a possibility that the final layer finding will be delayed due to other procedural limitations. The ruling needs to be finished within the limited amount of time that has been provided. The possibility exists that Ripple xrp will be able to obtain yet another victory once the Inspector General has determined that there is a conflict of interest within the United States Securities and Exchange Commission SEC. The judgment that Judge Annalisa Torres makes regarding the maximum amount of the punishment and the conclusion that she arrives at regarding the alleged conflict of interest could have a significant impact on the price of XRP in the short future. It has only been possible for the price of XRP to accomplish a tiny gain of what? Gain of wink during the course of the past 24 hours, which has enabled it to keep its present level of 43 cents. When compared to the gain of 0.97 that was reported on Tuesday, July 9th, this gain represents a minor improvement. According to the data that we have, the asset also had a rise of 2.7% on Monday, hitting a price of $4,355 at that time. At the same time that the general market reversed its negative trend and stabilized above its lows from July 7th, this situation took place. The lack of considerable information regarding the court case between the SEC and Ripple is believed by many observers to have played a more major role in the relatively slight oscillations in the market. Investors and other stakeholders in XRP are waiting with bated breath for a ruling regarding the penalty that Ripple is required to pay for violating securities laws in relation to this situation. Crypto News Flash had previously brought to the notice of the public the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is asking a penalty of $2 billion. The defense attorneys, on the other hand, only suggested a penalty of $10 million, which means that the anticipated penalty range somewhere between $10 million and $2 billion and $2 billion is a bullshit. In addition to this, there is a significant amount of anticipation over the decision regarding the possible prohibition of the sale of XRP to institutional investors in the United States. Judge Annalisa Torres has the authority to make this decision, as stated by the opinions of a number of specialists, provided that she finds sufficient evidence to support the assumption that Ripple continues to violate U.S. securities laws after the complaint was filed in December of 2020. Because each of these factors has the potential to influence the price of XRP, the current investigation into the SEC may create opportunities for the price of XRP. It is possible that these opportunities will show themselves. A conflict of interest inquiry is now being carried out, and investors are paying close attention to the investigation that is being carried out. Additionally, as we had previously reported,